Senegal? What's Senegal shoot for the clearest penalty? The clearest penalty. What are you guys talking about? Come on. Come on.
Oh my God, Senegal just got the winner. I scream up my Guay. Yo, what is happening? This is the craziest AFCON. After Morocco just cheated and missed the penalty, Guay has just rocketed it in the top corner. Bro, this is the craziest AFCON final I've ever seen in my life. What a goal.
The whole Africa is celebrating Senegal. Everyone wanted Senegal to defeat Morocco, and Senegal, you guys did it. You guys did it. Congratulations once again. In the morning, I'm gonna bring you guys more reactions coming from Nigerians. Nigerians are celebrating. Cameroonians are celebrating. Ghanaians are celebrating because everyone wanted Morocco out. The fact that Moroccos were the host nations, a lot of partial was taking place, cheating was taking place, and they wanted to bring that same thing on this final, but God big past them. What God passed them? All the agendas to make Morocco win was null and void. Africa, when will Africa change? Small football, you people will be taking politics, people will be carrying politics inside. It doesn't make sense now, guys. Nevertheless, I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Senegal won this night. I'm so excited. At least I will go to bed happy. I will go to bed smiling. I will not go to bed crying. I'm so happy. Senegal, you guys are the best. Bonsoir. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Hey, guys, please take a look at what this reaction.
What a game! What a game! Africa! የዛሬው ጨዋታ ይለያል። በቃ ይለያል። አድማጮቻችን ይለያል። ያበደ ጨዋታ ነው። በቃ የተንቀለቀለ ጨዋታ ነው። ድራማ የታየበት ሴኔጋል አቋርጣውታ አንጫወትም ብለው እንደገና ፔናልቲ ብራሂም ዲያዝ ፓኔንካ ጎል አስቆጥራለሁ ብሎ Sadio Mane ተሻጋሪ ኳስ.
That might be the funniest thing I think I've ever seen on a football pitch. AFCON is the gift that keeps on giving. The entire Senegalese team walked off the pitch at the instruction of their manager because of this penalty that they were given against them in the dying embers of the final. That is disgraceful refereeing. Never ever a penalty. They had this goal ruled out for absolutely nothing. The Senegalese defender steals a march on the Moroccan defender, gets there first, just sort of pushes him away, nothing in it whatsoever. Heads it, hits the post, come back. One of the other Senegalese players heads it in on the rebound. Goal disallowed. Senegalese players fuming. Then that penalty gets given. Protesting, walking off the pitch. Honestly, I rate it. I rate it so much that they've done that because you can't tell me. I'm not going to come out and say it's rigged. I'm not going to do a Conor Hole. I'm not going to do a Conor Hole. But that was a fucking disgrace. And then Brahim Diaz Panenka's the penalty straight down the middle into the arms of Mendy. Can you actually believe? I mean, you can because it's AFCON, right? And people will like sometimes take the piss out of AFCON and stuff like that because there are just so not even take the piss. Like it's funny. There's been so many crazy, chaotic, funny things that have happened, not just in this tournament this year, but in so many tournaments gone by. And that might be one of the funniest things I think I've ever seen on a football pitch. I mean, it would have been cold. Like, to win it like that, Morocco. I mean, I think the entire Senegal team might have chased after him to dink it down the middle. Oh my God. And now we're in extra time and Senegal, they could win this thing.
Pound for pound, this is the worst penalty in football history. No joke, because can you tell me another moment where you have the potential, you have the ability to lead your country to an AFCON win? They haven't won an AFCON since 1976. That's 50 years. And you do that, a Panenka. Maybe in his head he was thinking the keeper's surely going to dive. It's the last minute. He wants to be a hero. I'm going to go down the middle. I'm going to dink him. I'm going to look like the hero. But boy, did that backfire. Brahim Diaz. Brain dead decision. But I want to give props to Edouard Mendy because this guy, he's done this before. To have the cojones to just stand still and not dive. Not try and be a hero. Just stand still, read the situation and say, yo, I'm just going to do this. Because he's done this before. I know it wasn't an AFCON final. It wasn't a moment like this. But Aguero's penalty, if you guys remember 2021, Aguero tried dinking, bro just stood there and said, give me that, man. For me, though, justice was served because this is soft, man. You cannot give this in an AFCON final, especially after you just disallowed the Senegal goal for this. Hakimi barely got touched, goes down, of course, diving, trying to get the contact. Disallowing the goal for this is criminal. And then on top of that, to punish Senegal even more and then give another soft penalty. It's not a surprise to me why half the team was crashing out and then refusing to play. I can't lie, this moment right here, it just sent CAF back 5 generations because this would not happen in any other tournament, bro. I know it was a criminal decision, but in the professional stage, in a final, you're not seeing this in the Euro final, bro. People walking off the pitch. I blame CAF for this. I don't blame the Senegal players because throughout this tournament we've seen sketchy decision after sketchy decision. A lot of them as well. When it's 50-50, a lot of them were going Morocco's way. We saw it in the Cameroon game and Burma probably should have had a penalty. Big up to Sadio Mane. I know, in my opinion, they got done dirty. I agree with the team. This is how you go about it, bro. We are going to play like men. Go out there, we can save the penalty and see what happens. Because, boy, walking off the pitch, the game would have been disallowed. Morocco would have been lifting a trophy right now, but they would have had the trophy.
Senegal players have stormed off the pitch in the AFCON final. They were literally refusing to play, and Sadio Mane had to pretty much beg his teammates to get on the pitch and play on with the game. This came after VAR awarded Morocco a penalty right at the end of the game and the scoreline was 0-0. VAR took ages to try and find this penalty and it literally a dive from Brahim Diaz. What makes it even worse is 5 minutes before this penalty was given, Senegal literally scored a fair goal and it was ruled out because of this little push here. So I'm with Senegal on this. It's an absolute disgrace. They have a fair goal ruled out and VAR tries to give Morocco the softest penalty ever in the final of AFCON. Literally left the pitch. They were so fuming. Mane was the one to get them together. Now luckily for Senegal, Brahim Diaz missed his penalty and was one of the worst penalties ever. The question is, did he miss on purpose? He probably should have missed on purpose because I think Brahim Diaz himself probably knows that wasn't a penalty and maybe he feels bad for diving because it was a disgrace. This is the final of AFCON. And it's not a good look because it looks like clear corruption. There was kind of theories that they wanted Morocco to win because it was being hosted in Morocco and this isn't helping those theories. But justice is restored as Senegal have scored to make it 1-0.
Dry your eyes, mate. You are not Alexis Sanchez, my G. Brahim Diaz thought he was Alexis Sanchez. He attempted a Panenka in an AFCON final. What? The difference is, this was a penalty shootout. Chile didn't dive to win the penalty, but Brahim Diaz did. This was the final kick of the game. Senegal refused to play. They literally walked off the pitch because of this decision right here in the final seconds of the game. This referee should never ever referee a game again. Utter incompetence. He genuinely attempted a Panenka after all of that kerfuffle. When there's top and top bins available. Genuinely the worst penalty you'll ever witness. To give Morocco an AFCON, he tries to do that. It's a joke. But Morocco don't deserve it. Shout out Senegal. They lead 1-0. For a bit of context, Papa Gueye has given Senegal the lead in an AFCON final. It's extra time. The second half has just started of it. After Brahim Diaz missed a penalty which he dived for as the Senegal players protested. Senegal also had a goal ruled out for a foul, which was never a foul. And the referee needed investigating.
What is going on in this AFCON final? Morocco got awarded with a penalty in injury time and the Senegal coach was furious. He believed that this shouldn't have been a penalty and he believed it so much and he was so furious that he decided to do this. He took his players off the field. He said, no, we're not playing. This is disgraceful. He was fuming. I don't think this is a penalty at all. It's very, very soft, but at the end of the day, it was awarded a penalty and Brahim Diaz had the chance to send Morocco home with the AFCON title. And he missed. He tried to be cheeky. He did the Panenka and the Senegal goalkeeper Mendy saved it. And now it's going to extra time. Diaz, that was horrible. What a mistake. Should have capitalized on this. Morocco should have won this game. And now it's going to extra time. This is insane.
Bro, Panenka did like a fool. And you know, he actually wanted, like, this wasn't him just saying, oh, I robbed the country, I might as well just Panenka. He really wanted to finish the game. I hear it. I hear the angle, bro. These men hated this, bro. And I understand how can a team rob you like that, fam. Disallowing this weak challenge to just see the next challenge in the box for Morocco and give it for this, bruv. Like, bro, just show the yellow slip to the whole stadium, bro. Show them. Desgracia. You see, Fatah was in a press conference after that. Desgracia. Oh, my word, bro. And football had been saved. Edouard Mendy took that, saved that, and you get me. Now there's extra time to play for Senegal. The scenes that we were seeing were insane, bro. AFCON, man. Oh,
This is how we end the tournament. I've never seen anything like this in my life, in my whole entire life, bro. As watching football. Insane scenes, bro. But hey, Senegal, you may have the world, you may have the whole world around you now, bro. You may have the whole world supporting you, bro. Goodness me. Insanity we are witnessing.
What on earth have we just seen? Did Brahim Diaz miss that on purpose? I don't think so. I think it's one of the worst penalties I have ever seen. But justice jam on toast. Oh my God. That was the most disgraceful ending to a game. Ismail Assar scores a perfectly valid goal. There is no way that that is a foul on Hakimi at the back post. It is so soft. It is so weak. Should never have been disallowed. To then go and give a penalty up the other end. I mean, again, so soft, so weak. VAR, no right to intervene. And then you've got the Senegalese players going off the pitch. Now, I don't know, Morocco fans might argue Diaz has had about 5 minutes to wait to take that penalty. More than that, because the Senegalese players, they've gone. They're off into the dressing room. Boss calls are being made. The most incredible drama. Morocco players are just waiting on the pitch. They don't know what's going on. They're stood in a circle. Eventually, the Senegalese players come back out. The penalty is taken, genuinely. I mean, I made a video recently about Panenka penalties. What are you doing? What are you doing in that situation? And it's the worst Panenka penalty you'll ever see. Oh my God. And now we're into extra time. Crazy.